crafty friends, this is Marcy here at Creators Call Shop here on YouTube. I am just wanting to make something today, and so I thought I'd turn on the camera and let you guys join in with me. It's gonna just be a craft and chat. I'm in between projects right now, so I didn't really want to start anything big and just wanted to just make something. So go ahead and get yourself comfy and get yourself a drink and snuggle up on the couch, and we will get started right after this. Welcome back. I'm gonna have to work to make sure I am in frame. I have this huge mess here, and it's just bits and pieces of all these other projects I've been doing, and I kind of have an idea in mind, but I kind of don't. So I'm gonna be using some rubber stamps. I've even got these. This was from way back when I worked in an office in the 90s. I love these. I love these roller date stamps. And then my husband was cleaning out, and he's got this one that says personal and confidential. So I'm going to be working with stamps on fabric and maybe making some pockets and trying to make clusters and just get this mess a little bit cleaned up, but have some fun and just be a little bit low key. So let's get started. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but I've got some Christmas music on. So I just kind of wanted to have a little something, but I was trying to find something that wouldn't be copyrighted. So we're doing Christmas carols and hoping I don't get a copyright strike from YouTube. I don't think I will. They're really old, so we'll see. We'll see. If not, this video will get taken down about as fast as it goes up. We'll see. I've not had one yet, but that's because I'm being super careful. All right, let's get started. I've got lots of fabric scraps here. A bunch of these are like little quilted things that I don't know if I necessarily would use for sure as they are, but I think they'd be really cute like in fabric flips and stuff. And then I have all these little pieces left over from other projects, and I got some Christmas over here. And then I have a whole bag of stuff that I ordered. It was a snippet inspiration kit from Vintage Paper Emporium. So I did order that in October, so I don't know that she has those still, but she's got lots of little pieces and things that I can decorate up with. So I'm thinking I'd like to make journal cards or something, not journal cards, but pockets and clusters and maybe a snippet thingamajiggy, or who knows. I just want to clean up this mess, so let's get started. And I'm gonna move these over out of the way. Lots of stamps. I'm not quite ready to start on the stamping yet, so let's do playing with fabric. So do you guys ever have that phenomenon where you just want to make something and sorry, I'm trying to open up my little fabric clips here. Sometimes you just want to make something, but you don't know what really, and you just don't want to start a big project. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I got it out of my system a little bit last night and started making some flips out of just some of these scraps and pieces that I have. And then I'll go back and sew these up later, but that kind of got me going. But I was working on the couch, so wasn't really not enough room for me to spread out. I kind of need the whole table, and I have definitely taken up my entire table. So these are just some of them. Like this and this, I want to go back in and cut these down a little bit. So let's start with that. And then I think I want to figure out what to put across the top to embellish them with. There's some stamps to move. And then we'll go from there. So let's see what we've got. Okay, you guys need embellishments. These two I actually put together when I was making the journals for my giveaway back in August. And I had never sewed them together, and then I kind of forgot about them. So we'll get those squared away. I've just got all these little pieces, parts. I got some buttons here that came in that snippet pack, so I'm not really using it for snippets. I'm using it for just a lot of other stuff. Actually, I think I see that might look really cute right there. All right, I've got all kinds of containers spread out with all kinds of things. It's crazy. All right, a little organization never hurt anybody, and that's where we need to go here. I've got some coffee. The weather today is just, it's a mix of snow and rain, and it's just coming down. It's alternating between big gloppy snowdrops of big gloppy snowflakes and then raindrops, and it's just kind of going back and forth. The weather here where I am in southwest Idaho, people always say it's Idaho and the weather changes every 5 minutes, but I have to say, as I have been around different places, I've seen it change more frequently in other places. But, you know, by this afternoon, it will probably be cleared up. So, yeah, I just wanted to come in here and work on some stuff. So because it's so yucky outside, I have some, I wanted to make soup. So I've got beans that are soaking, and I have a couple hours here while they do that. And then we're gonna make soup for dinner. What color do I want in there? Probably just cream, right? How about taupe? It's too dark. Well, I don't have a cream. Actually, I probably do in these masses of threads that I've been accumulating. How about this pale yellow? That'll do. I opened up a packet of hem tape the other day. So apparently in those old packets, one of their promotionals was that you would get a free needle. And I opened it up and there was a free needle in there. And I was like, ooh, free needle. So I have an empty one here. I need to make that sharper on the end. Hold on. So yeah, that was a nice discovery. I got my coffee over here. It's got a little espresso in it, so if I start to look jittery, that's why. I don't know if you can hear the Christmas carols in the back. It's a old tape that I have from like the 80s. Maybe early 90s. I don't know. Anyhow, oh, you know what? I can't do that yet. I have to sew the other thing together. Oh, crumb. Let's see, do I want little tails or not? Okay, well, I can't glue that on there until I sew it. I'm glad I thought of that now. I was just gonna sew it all the way through, but that won't do any good. Anyway, so my tape is really old, but it's organ and chimes, which I just love. I've always been fascinated by the chimes at the church. And down at our college, our university, Boise State, they have chimes, and periodically you can hear them play at noon. And then I grew up early days in a church that also had chimes. And let's see, what year did they take that down? It was the First Christian Church of Boise, and then it became University Christian. But that's where, when I was a baby, that's where my mom was going, because that's where my aunt and uncle went. And they had chimes, and I'm guessing that might be why I really have always been fascinated by chimes. I don't know. When they tore the church down a few years ago, they relocated and took the chimes with them, so I was very happy about that. They had kind of a ceremony to say goodbye and to like a dedication or undedication. I don't know. Don't know what you'd call it exactly. Okay, for right now, this moment, I'm just gonna clip that back together and until I can sew it. But okay, that's good. Set these aside. I'm not gonna sew on camera. There's not a good way to set that up, and frankly, I just think it might be kind of dull. So let's see, where's my pile? Where's my pile of stuff? There you. What else we got in here? We have all kinds of little trims and cute little... She's got yo-yos, but I think I'm gonna save these for something that's a little more, I don't know, more of kind of the vintage feel. I don't want to just use them on these, I don't think. Oh look, she's got lots of little lace pieces. So what I'm wanting is something to just embellish or make it look a little more finished across the top. I've got some chenille here. Chenille? Yeah. Let's see. I don't want to hem and haw. If I get too quiet, I will just speed up the camera and put some music behind it, and you know, because as you know, I have a little trouble talking and crafting. I've got all these little snippets too. And then I have a couple of leaves, so those would be kind of fun to stick on a pocket or on a flip. Not this one, obviously, but you know, something like that. Okay, you guys can probably see something I am completely ignoring because you are looking from the top down, whereas I am looking from the side, kind of. Okay, laces. Put all those laces over there. I don't think I want that one. I like this. I'll probably cut that square out, but wouldn't these make really cool corners on a pocket? Let's see, I think I want... She used a straight edge, so that's what I'm gonna do. Those are darling all by themselves, aren't they? What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, soup. So I have this recipe for, it's called Wintry Day Bean Soup. It's really yummy. And it's kind of a Southwest inspired, but it's beans, and then you use ham hock or sausage. And then it's got cumin and chili powder, but it's not, it doesn't taste like chili. It just has a nice, just a nice flavor. Kind of, I don't know, not really barbecue, not really chili, and not really just plain old bean soup. So it's very tasty. Okay, all I'm doing is moving pieces around at the moment. I'm not really finding something. I wonder if I should come back to that. I have these too, these little boho pieces. They're off of Indian garments. So I ordered a couple packs, to make it worth my time and my money. Ooh, I see one. See what I want to use. I ordered a couple packs off of eBay, and they actually shipped from India. Oh, there you go. That's cute, isn't it? Do you guys like that? Tell me now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I like that. The nice thing about having these made up is that then they are ready to go later when you just want to grab something. So I used to watch a crafter. I haven't watched her as much lately because she does more with stamping and making cards, which is just not what I'm trying to do most of the time. But she, the name of her channel now is called Mindless Crafting, and she always talks about Tracy Phillips is her name. She always talks about how everything goes together. And so one of the first things I was doing, she likes to make like little, basically clusters or pre-made embellishments. And everything does go together, you know? At the end of the day, when you start putting all the pieces and parts, it all goes together. And it's amazing how even though you pre-assemble some of these things, they just turn out. They're just fine. I like this trim, that's pretty. This one can go over here. Okay, where are we now? I'm just moving stuff around. Okay, so I have this one. And I use the chenille bedspread piece. It's not very straight because I was cutting on my lap on the couch. Also, here, let's go down this ridge. Make it a little more straight, maybe. I do not have one of those quilt, the fabric cutting wheel things, but I could see how that might be very handy to have. Maybe if I find one at a thrift store, I'll snag it. Now are you too wide? I like this finished edged here down at the bottom. Yeah, you're a little bit wide. Thing is I like all the flowers here too. Is it okay to have the top layer wider than the bottom? I don't know. What's the protocol when you're making fabric flips? I don't know. You know, I think I'm just gonna leave it because this is a little off. It's not square. It's not straight. As you can see when I line it up on my mat, I think it'll be okay because I could probably fuss with this all day and try to make it straight and square and it wouldn't even matter at the end of the day. So this is one of those pieces from that pack from India. It's just the fabric. There's nothing on it, but this color goes very nicely here. And then I guess the question is, maybe I don't want that on there after all. Maybe I want this guy. Ooh. You know, I told you in one of my other videos where I was making the fabric flips with the hidden pocket to make sure you put some oriented towards the right side of the page and oriented towards the left side, because depending on which side of your journal page you put that on, you may want this to look, the embellishment to be on the right or the left, depending, so. Okay, so yeah, back to the what I was saying about India. Took forever, weeks and weeks and weeks for them to come. And, but when they finally did, they were all very nice pieces. Some of these are supposedly vintage, so I'm gonna trust them, how do I know? But there was one pack where you could just buy strips of fabric and the other one had more of the embellishment type stuff, so I got one of each, but I think it took like 2.5 months, and then because it was coming from India, there's no tracking. You just have to trust. Trust that it's coming. I thought I had another one of these sitting out to use. Do I? Oh, here it is. This, now I know this came off of an Indian dress or top, but it really looks Native American to me. Okay, I'm gonna have to go change my tape. Yes, we're listening to cassettes. Because most of my Christmas music is old. So, okay guys, these are just really pretty. See, I got all these little bits that I trimmed off, so I think they'll come in handy for this. Okay, that's a very tiny piece. Goodness gracious. And then I have, where did I get these? Oh, these were in a pack that I thrifted. So we have an A and a G. Give me an A. A. Give me a G. G. What's that spell? Ag. Or GA. G-A, Georgia. I don't know. I think they'll make a nice little topper for something. Hold on, let me go change my tape. I like this cassette, but it's very short. You know, is that gonna add or detract? This is why we speed up the camera, folks, because I piddle around sometimes trying to make my decisions. You know what? Oh, yes. Oh, sometimes I amaze even myself. Look at that. Will that work? Should I go sideways? Yeah, yep, sideways, okay. That one is going to go over here. I should open this up. I don't remember what was in it. There are a bunch of little pins, I think, Or little tiny, yeah, there's some bulb pins. But I have this, I don't need. I actually have these in my shop and she sent me some. I think when I run out, I'm just going to let myself stay out because I order them from China. And at the moment, I am disinclined to continue ordering from China, not because I'm racist or anything, but over the last couple of years, I've really been, I don't want to say impressed, but I just have really been thinking over the fact that, realizing that China is not very good when it comes to crafting and copywriting, and they tend to steal a lot of people's hard-earned designs. Case in point, Artie Mays, who does digitals, and she had some of her designs stolen by China, who they reproduce. They just go on the internet and pick up the image and then reproduce it. And you can tell because the quality's not good. The quality is bad. But then they sell a lot of this stuff on AliExpress, which is just a super cheap version of Alibaba, which is the Asian version of Amazon, essentially. But AliExpress is just, it is a good place to get cheap craft supplies, but they are all being mass produced, and the lack of regard for intellectual property that the Chinese government has, I'm not willing to support buying products personally. I'm not, if somebody else wants to do that, that's up to them, because that's, you know, it's a personal choice, but I've just decided that most of what I was ordering from this company over there, I just really don't need to carry. A lot of it I've clearanced out of my shop. A lot of it didn't sell anyway. so that didn't really seem to matter, did it? And there's that. And then they're a producer of a lot of cheap quality, cheap prices, because the quality is cheap. And I'm just becoming more convinced that we need to support our artists and support industry that doesn't take advantage of children, take advantage of unskilled labor, take advantage of people who work for nothing. I wonder if this would go on here. Hold on. So anyway, just a whole lot of levels to that, a whole lot of things that I'm thinking through, and I just choose not to support that anymore. So I think that might look kind of cute there too, or am I just adding too much? Clip you on. If we're lucky, I can sew that in, but we probably won't be that lucky. You know what else? Now I'm getting too much. It does need something under there though. I thought I was done with this one. Anyway, so I'm not going to be ordering any more of these doilies. I'm going to let what's in my shop run out, and then of course there are lots of other people now who sell them. So I don't really feel the need to be one of them. But I ordered from that company for several years. But really, as I went back and was looking at my shop and getting rid of stuff that just wasn't working, almost everything I ordered from them did not get sold, or is being sold on some other venue by another shop owner, and you can get it just as cheap or even cheaper sometimes. What do you think? Now what do you think? This should be green. That's what I think. But I don't know that I'm going to worry about it. I mean, the whole point is that it's a little mismatched, right? That looks cute. That's what that needed. I think I put that on there upside down. Okay. Sorry, I hope my head wasn't in the shot on that. Okay, moving on to the next one. So this one, I kind of had in mind maybe a little farmhousey kind of journal. It's not really, it's not really beige, and it's not really white. It's kind of off-white. So I did put a piece of white lace under there, a little panel. But I'm thinking this will go in like a farm style or garden or one of those. I have several of those in the mix, and it's got feed sack fabrics. These are all feed sack fabrics. And then this is just a curtain that I picked up at the thrift store. I could probably straighten that up a bit, or give it a zigzag so it looks pretty. Give it some interesting edges. So yeah, if this one drags on for too long, or we don't feel like we've made enough, I'll just do a second episode and air it the next week. Let's cut it zigzag across the bottom too. Can you see what I'm doing? I'll scoot up. The challenge is where I have my arm for the camera to get you a good angle, it doesn't come all the way towards me. And so I get to working off screen down this way, and then you guys can't see what I'm doing and I don't realize it. Now this piece, I like that it's got that oddball angle, so we're leaving it like that. Yeah, I like it. Now come here, you. This is just a piece of trim from somewhere, that, like the end piece of something that I had made. I'm gonna kind of keep everything centered on this one. I think that looks nice. Now this is a good place. Does one of those yo-yos work for that? It's too white, and that's definitely purple and yellow, so that's not going to do. Although, I don't know, I'll have to look later. I do have a couple of other ones that have magically landed in my lap along the way, and see if one of them might work, because this would be a good place for a yo-yo. Okay. We can always glue it on afterward. Okay, this one I think is pretty much how I want it. Just need something pretty across the top. Let's see. Yeah, it's lace on lace. This is probably not the right color scheme, is it? Nope. What do you guys see up there? Tell me. Tell me what you see that I'm not seeing. There's a little piece of pink. I might add. Oh, well, okay. I got pink lace. Hold on. There we go. Which way is up? Yep. Okay. Myopic me. There we go. Well, okay, so that's rose, and it picks up the rose, but then there's purple down here. So maybe that's not what I want. How about a piece of eyelet? I could take this white out. Goodbye, white. There's this one too. Let's see. What if, because I really like that. See how it's kind of creamy and off-white? That's not doing it for me. I like that. Okay, I had a piece of tulle somewhere. Oh, you know what? Okay, we're gonna borrow, because originally I had this on here and then I took it all apart. Creative license, artist prerogative. I just like having these little pieces of lace peek out underneath. There. What do we think? Probably still needs something. It may still get a, or how about you? Is that what it needs? Speak up, guys, I can't hear you. Mindless crafting, it all goes together. I think, well, we could try the cream one, but there's not enough contrast between this and this, so I'm going with pink. I like the pink. The pink makes me happy. All right. Okay. Okay, you're cute, but now I took away your, well, let's just trade you out. Let's give you the white. And like I said, this was the edge of a curtain, so I'm using the hem to be a finished edge right there. It's kind of got that rose pattern. which is kind of getting covered up, but oh well, c'est la vie. And then, what was I just thinking? Was I thinking of you? That is sweet. That is adorable. Sometimes I just surprise myself. Oh, where'd those buttons go? Gone. Where are you guys? There they are. I wonder, do I want a wooden button? I was kind of thinking this blue heart, but it's probably, yeah, it's the wrong shade. Not big enough. Or we could go even with this brown. It's just kind of an everyday button. What if we went in the middle? No, not with you, but we could go in the middle with you. Eh, that's cute. Actually, this is the right shade of blue. I don't know if I can get it to... I would have to sew that on there before I sew this down, which means I would have to glue this part down after I sew this part. Boy, that's a lot of thinking. I don't know if I can think that much about a project. I do like how you look on there, though. You're pretty. I don't know. Or I could just thread you with the same blue thread. And if I'm going to center everything, I need to center you. Okie doke. Let's center you. Where are we at? Oh, gracious. We're already at 26 minutes left. That's crazy. Well, got some decisions to make. Shall we just wrap this one up and then go to the next one and work on something else? What do you guys think? I can finish this part off camera, or I can edit this part out. That's what I could do. Let's just keep going. I can edit out what I don't want. There we go. Okay, you know what? No, let's work on these guys here that need a little bit of extra love. Okay, so this came in something. I don't remember what. I'm going to trim off I'm going to just trim around this so it has a narrow burgundy border and also the zigzag so it doesn't fray. I was having trouble getting this one to work for me last night too. Might leave a little bit of extra burgundy at the bottom. I don't know, it just wasn't coming together for me. So I put the 3 pieces together. I really wanted it to have another layer, but it might not because it just didn't seem to work. But this, I wanted it lined up with the border here and here, and then I just need to cut a bit across the top. And I wanted to do it where I could have it, where I could cut it more straight, you know. Need to figure out how to get these sharpened. Seems like nobody ever likes to do that. I'm going to save this because later I want to stamp words, and this is perfect for stamping on. Okay, now my little friend. Where do I want to trim you? Right here. You guys see what I'm doing? Trying to get close to where I can see, but then you can't see. There we go. How's about that? Oh, this might work. A little doohickey here. Oh, it's got a lot of thread there on the end. This was a piece I gathered, and then I glued it to the page and trimmed off what I didn't need. So I've got all these threads on the end. But I think this might work. I hope I'm not shaking the table and the camera. I can hear things rattling, which means I probably am. You are gonna line up. Oh, yay. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, that's what that needed. In fact, if I were just really clever, I could turn this into like a flower. Why didn't I think of that before I pulled that, before I cut these off? I could have pulled it around. Well, let's see. I don't know. You're probably just gonna stay like this. And honestly, I want the green to show. So I'm gonna orient you to that side because I like this finished edge here. I like that. And then my little darling. This would be a good place for the button, wouldn't it? Does that look okay? Do we need a little something there under it? I bet I could find something. Oh, I think my tape ended. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see, my little friend. And I may decide to do a green button there or something. Let's turn this one off. I'm sorry, we don't have a devotional right at the moment. But I'm going to end this here. And then we'll go to a part 2 next time. And we'll just keep working. All right, I changed my mind. I feel bad leaving you without an inspirational thought for the day, so I went and found one. And it's from this book, Love and Faith, that I picked up in a thrift haul. I was just watching that video the other day. It was thrift haul number 2. And can I just say, my videoing and lighting and setup has improved tremendously just since I did that one. I think it was in June. So anyway, excuse me. So the first one we're going to read is this poem from Ralph Waldo Emerson. It says, "For each new morning with its light, for rest and shelter of the night, for health and food, for love and friends, for everything thy goodness sends." I really like that. Now I don't remember, did we already read that in the Table Graces book in the last series? If so, that just means I really like it and it really speaks to me. So hopefully it speaks to you too. And then the second one here is a quote from Joseph Addison, and it says, "A contented mind is the greatest blessing a man can enjoy in this world." Yep, contented mind. It is a great blessing. It's a blessing to be contented and to appreciate what you have and to be happy with it and not always be needing or wanting more or wanting what your friends and neighbors have. All right, so those are our inspirational quotes for the day. And until next week, I'd like you to be inspired and do something creative today. Bye-bye. See you in the next video.